Oh man, here we go. Lance and Jasper broadcasting live. Coming back with you. So emotional weekends, you can imagine. It's man, I gotta tell you, it's real excited for the season now. As we know, a little bit of quarterback change for whatever reason. Dan Mullen, somebody's going to use both quarterbacks going forward, and that's what a lot of people want to know. Why ain't Emory Jones playing? And he's supposed to be Dan Mullen's quarterback. I mean, all I can tell you is maybe he can't distribute the ball as well in the passing game. And the strength of our teams are wide receivers. As you can see, we ain't very good at running the ball right now. Do I think Emory Jones could help in the running game? Yeah, he certainly could, but at some point, I mean, part of your schedule coming up, you're gonna need somebody. You're gonna need to be balanced. But again, here we go. I got a guy want to join us on here. See what's happening. Let's check him up. Get all these donuts here. See how the man is feeling. Good boy, stay. No, dude. Yes, sir. Yeah.
What's going down, man?
Oh, man, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm pretty good.
I know,
I'm
I
getting
know,
pretty
you,
hot.
I know you had some questions about the quarterback, so tell me your concerns, or maybe not your concerns, but just what's your questions about these?
I think he's trying to pull the. I think he's trying to do what they did in 2006 with comparing people.
Yeah.
So I think Trash. He's not as mobile as we think, but I feel like he can throw. I think he can make all the right decisions. I think his decision making is better than Felipe. But it was Kentucky, but if he makes the same type of plays, if he plays at the same high level that he played against Kentucky against LSU, Auburn, we should beat both of them easily.
Yeah.
But I want to see Emily, but let me ask you this, like I text you, do you think Emily Jones is not ready? Or why do you think he ain't start?
I don't think he's not ready. I just don't think he fits what we strength of our team right now. Our offensive line ain't very good. Our run game ain't very good. Henry Jones is
Yeah,
great.
it ain't.
He clearly gonna make your run game better. But right now, you strength your team, your wide receivers, and your tight end. Kyle Pitts have an outstanding year. So you really need
Yeah,
somebody who can distribute the ball like that. I think Coach Harris is better prepared to do that right now.
yeah. Kyle Pitts his ball game line. That was a critical line. You just he is that might be he might have to save some games. Man, I don't know. He might make some impact plays, but Kadarius will be back probably before Auburn.
Yeah, we need our horses going in the Auburn game. Hopefully, we can get a big lead this weekend. And get some guys on the bench, get them rested up, get them ready to go for that stretch for
Yeah,
Auburn, LSU, South Carolina, because that's going to decide our season right there. But
yeah, not
I
lying,
tell
but
you, man. I hate to rain on a man who
hey,
got hurt,
you know
man.
what?
I said,
Yeah, you know what though?
yeah,
It's crazy to how good South Carolina played Alabama this year.
well,
That was
you,
scary, like they was playing them boys tough. But I guess it wasn't in Columbia, but we do got to go to win this year, so we got to take some. They played them like they beat them like 42-23. I think that's still pretty decent. But I ain't really blow out, but
well, you know,
it was close.
Muschamp team's gonna play hard. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, Tennessee, yeah, this is so we can't come out here select. All right, come out here selecting and watch whatever. All right.
I mean, that's the thing that's concerned me about the team so far is just the offense because, I was questioning how you stop the
We're
Gators with
scoring
all these
points.
weapons. I mean,
Yeah, we're scoring points. So.
you played 3 games and in 2 of those games you had 7 points going into halftime. It just seemed like the same old song and dance. So I mean, I hate
Yeah.
the way that the quarterback change came about, but I am glad there was a quarterback change because now I really believe you're going to see Dan Mullen's offense take a step in the right direction, and surely we can score more points than 7 before half.
Right. Oh,
Ain't that what got McElwain fired? Because you go up and down the field, you go up and down
yeah,
the field, but you never score.
yeah. Well, at least he won. At least he won. But as soon as Felipe got hurt, they didn't turn him over. They scored,
Yeah,
and they played better on defense. Defense had them 21 points.
The Florida Gators got heart, man. They got character. I mean, you seen them rally around Felipe right there. I mean, and you took down their
Yeah,
leader, man, and they weren't gonna stand for it. You definitely weren't gonna you weren't gonna beat them after that. It became a fight, and the Florida Gators just simply got more fight, character,
yeah,
strain, coaching. facilities,
Well,
everything you need to be
so
successful. Gator Nation has it. Big Blue just don't have it, man.
how about Sean Davis with the 2 interceptions? I knew you. I told you he was elite. I've been told you he was elite. I told you that's why I wanted him as my starter. He was the strong safety. Sean Davis. He can cover like a corner and hit like a linebacker. That's what you need in safety.
Oh yeah.
Right or wrong, man. That's
Yeah.
what makes a dominant safety. Like
Oh,
a hit
oh,
like a linebacker, cover like a corner.
oh, ain't no doubt about it. I mean, if you got them kind of skills, I mean, he's a ball hawk, and like you say, it's force around as good as anybody. He's a willing tackler. Plays bigger than his size.
Do you,
Deshaun Davis is a star. I mean, if with the safety, if Brad Stewart and stay out of trouble, stay out of the doghouse, you got two of the best safeties in America. I mean, it's just
yeah,
we just
Brad
got to get
Stewart
our
kind of had a
corners.
little rusty night. Brad Stewart had a rusty night, but you know, it was his first night back. So I bet he turns up a little next game, this Tennessee game, and he's going to turn up a notch against over the LSU and South Carolina down the stretch. They're all going to start playing at a high level because they know these games it's really starting to get real gritty. Time to put up or shut up.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. No doubt about it. So how do you I mean you expect the offense to be better with Kyle Trask? I mean I ain't really talked to you much this year. I mean what were your thoughts on Felipe Franks? I just ready. I didn't think we were going to get to Atlanta with Frank starting all year.
Um, Frank he's just like I'm just sorry to say it. I'm sorry that what happened to him, but I'm not sorry that I'm going to say this. But that was the best thing that could happen to Florida because he didn't have it. He didn't have that it factor. Like you always say, some kids got it, some kids don't. He ain't got it. So mediocre at best. We probably would have beat Tennessee in it, but when we had to play Auburn and LSU, that's when it really got real. So. You know, things happen for a reason. Look at Kyle Trask. He got hurt last year. We won the job for Frank last year. We know what we would have put him back in, but he was hurt out for the season. We don't know what would happen. So now this is Kyle Trask's shot to really show. Even though he can make history up for it. He can go. He ain't got to win the house, but he just has to beat us in Atlanta and maybe win us one playoff game, and he'll be up there with people as one of the best quarterbacks ever to do it as a pretty much a walk-on because we only got. Really, I think one off, and I think it was from Florida, maybe. I'm not sure. But I know he was from just from Mansville, Texas, so that would be a big accomplishment. But I don't think he was the pressure gets to him, man. I think he looks very poised and he looked very. See, Felipe, he looked like he was scared. I'm not even trying to be bashing him, but he just looked scared. And I don't see that looking Kyle Trask out. I see a dude that's determined and ready to try to do anything for his team to win. And he's ready to play. He looks smart, too. What did you think from the Kentucky game from your
Well, I just Franks. I mean, it was always from the first series of the game. I mean, it's just the mental errors, and know it probably don't get you yet. But I mean, to me, if Franks plays the rest of that game, you lose.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how I feel about it. And it started with the first series of the game. I mean, he just throws up the ball. I mean, it's just you can't do that. And even if you do come out beat Kentucky, those kind of plays ain't going to get you past Auburn, LSU, Jacksonville, Atlanta. Forget about it. You won't even get to Atlanta.
Forget about it.
And that's the whole thing that bothered me about Franks, man. And plus, I've told you 100 times, the guy handcuffs Dan Mullen as a play caller. I mean, you just can't get no rim to him because you seen it. You seen the deep post of Ben Jefferson. You're fired up, and then next plays a strip sack. And you can talk about the offensive line or somebody went the wrong way. That's fine and dandy. Just because you get sacked don't mean you got to drop the damn ball.
Yeah, throw it away.
And throw it away. Hold on to the damn ball. That'll help. I mean, damn, you got such a bad. I mean, but again, like you say, you got such a badass arm. Throw it away. Throw it back in the end zone. I mean, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
know,
feel like
he just don't have the. He don't have the mental clock that a Kyle Trask has.
Yeah, he does.
There's just a mental clock. I mean, even the guy from Kentucky, we couldn't sack him. He just had that mental clock. He knew when to get out of the pocket. He knew how long he had.
Yeah.
He just had a field awareness about him that Franks just don't have. And, you know, I hate to dog on man when he's hurt, but I said it before he was hurt, so I really don't feel bad about it. I mean, it's like this, Val. I don't care about Franks. I care about the Gators. All right, let his mama worry.
Me too.
I mean, let his mama worry about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're to win championship.
Fuck, man. I mean, he's got a nation. He's got it for real. I like Frank. Nobody praise Frank more than I have, but at the same time, man. I mean, this stuff happens. I mean, look at Drew Bledsoe. That's how we know about Tom Brady. I mean, these things.
Yeah.
I mean, it just happens.
You really all right. You really all right.
It just happens, man. It just happens, man. And I ain't saying Kyle Trask is going to be the next Tom Brady, but I'm saying the Florida guys got a chance to get to Atlanta now. and that's more than
Yeah,
we
they
had.
do. Yeah,
That's more than we had coming out of Lexington. You fixed to lose that damn game.
yeah, yeah. And let me ask you this: if Terry Wilson would have played and Felipe would have played the whole game, we would have got blew out. They would have blew us out. How that freshman came out scoring all like that? He scored 21 points on us as a freshman transfer.
Yeah, Terry
He
Wilson.
played like he did.
Terry Wilson's the real deal, man. He definitely would have had a field day. I mean, he definitely would have had a field day. I don't know if he can. Todd Grantham, to me, I don't understand his defense. I mean, I talked to him the other day.
I don't understand it either. I don't understand.
They talking about firing him. I ain't saying fire his ass, but I am saying, man, does he not know how to make in-game adjustments? I mean, why are you playing soft covers with the kind of corners we got? It just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, you playing down flag football when you do that shit. It's 5 yard curls.
And
I mean, you begging somebody. I mean, when you give people cushions, you're just begging somebody to make an easy catch. You miss a tackle, and it turns into an explosive play or a touchdown. I mean, you really just setting yourself up.
You're handcuffing your defense to their ability.
Yeah, I mean,
he's making his corners and the linebackers and the safety. He's trying to make them all physical tacklers.
But again, we are hurt. We're missing some guys, so maybe he's just playing vanilla defense or playing what he got, what personnel he has. I mean, maybe we don't have the personnel to play the way he wants to, but at the same time, to me, I mean, if I'm gonna get beat, I'm gonna get beat man to man, bro. If you gonna beat me, Val, it's gonna be 1-on-1, man. All right, I can live with that.
Yeah, me too. That's fair. If Javaris niggas coming back against Tennessee, I'm pretty sure like all the top guns are gonna be out on defense. They got to, even though it's a 12 o'clock game. It's still gonna. This is an important game. You gotta win it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll have any problem with Florida. I think Florida will win this game.
Man, I'm not gonna see you want to sleep on it. That's how you felt at Kentucky
last time. I don't sleep on them. I just know the talent level, and I know that.
Oh yeah.
And think about this, man. Carl Trask has rallied the team, man. I mean, Carl Trask ain't taking it easy this week. Carl Trask ain't patting himself on the back. Carl Trask is still that same quarterback, knowing he's got to grind, knowing he's got. I mean, he's competing with Emory Jones. They both want to play. I mean, they're focused. They're studying.
Yeah.
I mean, Carl Trask ain't letting down. I mean, as long as your quarterback's ready to go, you got a chance to win, man. And I know Carl Trask's gonna be prepared. I mean, will he make mistakes? He might do it, but at the same time, I just feel like the guys are rallied up. I ain't saying that the guy's probably in the side of Zion that Felipe's gone, but at the same time, man, there's something to be said about a guy who can get you the ball. I mean, you can't. The receivers ain't running the routes hard under Franks because it's one progression he's running. He ain't coming across. Well, hold on a second. I'm just saying he can't go through his progression. So your third and fourth receiver, they ain't even running the route hard because they know he ain't coming to them. I mean, a guy like Trash, everybody's got to be alert. Everybody's got to run the route hard because you never know who he's going to go with because he's like a point guard. He can distribute the ball to anybody. I mean, the guy really sees the field.
Right.
And that Mullen just, you can just tell, man, that 19 points in the fourth quarter, 3 touchdown drives. I mean, it's just 7 points in the third quarter against Kentucky, man. I just don't understand.
You feel like we should have blew him out?
I mean, I feel like we should have more than whether we blow them out or not. I feel like you shouldn't be going into the third quarter with only 7 points against Kentucky. 7 points, Florida Gators. 7 points at halftime. It's unacceptable. I mean, really.
So does he fix it or you don't know? Is he gonna fix it? You think it's all set to get better now? Because third contract.
Yeah, it's gonna get better. It's gotta get better. I think it'll get better because you can distribute the ball. You're not on the field all the time. You keep drives alive. I mean, I just think Felipe Franks is a one-read quarterback, man. You can't be a one-read quarterback in the SEC.
Let me ask you this. I feel like you have to be a dual threat QB in the SEC too because how elite their defense is that you're going to face. You got to be fast. You got to run the ball yourself and throw because that pass rush is serious in the SEC on both sides of the ball, on both conferences. Alabama, Florida. What's the name? Defense looks good. Auburn defense looks elite this year. They always be having a good defense. So Georgia's defense looks they're probably decent. I don't know. But I like the way on defense we've been wrapping everybody up and making tackles. So we need to keep playing hard on defense and keep hitting hard and racking them up when we hit them hard. None of that shoulder tackle stuff because all they're gonna do is bounce off that. So we gotta hit hard on defense tackle.
Yeah.
Offensive line need to block. The offensive line need to play aggressive and be mean. They need to fire off the ball. Yeah, the offensive line, that's what type of attitude they do have. Fire off the ball and attack the person in front of you. Don't let him get behind you. Don't let him get past you.
Yeah.
That's their mentality. If you want to be championship caliber, that's what type of offensive line defense. That's offensive line mindset and the defensive mindset. Tackle, hit hard, wrap them up.
There
Offensive
ain't no
line,
doubt
fire
about it,
off the
man.
ball.
There ain't no doubt about it, man. I think Florida, you will see Florida for Gators in Atlanta, man. I really do. I think this move right here is going to springboard the season. I really think it's the best thing that could have happened to the season. Again, I hate the way it happened, but really, y'all gonna hate me now and thank me later. But hey, man, I'm gonna get you out of here, man. I appreciate your time. Go Gators. I always enjoy your breakdown.
Go Gators. Thank you.
Yeah, man, bro. Straight up. Come right. Let's see what else we got on here. Who want to join Lance and Jasper show? Give me a call. Give me a call, please. Let's see what we got on. Run them things, boy. Where they at? Where they at? Call him Cali, boy. Call him Cali. So what's the boy? We got him lit. We got him lit. Yeah, I gotta tell you, man. The Florida Gators, man. I'm sorry for this team, man. I'm gonna get crying. Oh boy, he might be asleep, but we'll give him a shot. He might be asleep, but we'll give him a shot. Let's see what he does. Yeah, I might call him lit. What is that? A little later on Monday, people gotta work. But I tell you, man, let's just talk to you real quick, Gator Nation. Damn all man. I mean, really, I'm just close to having a bad luck 0-2 start against Kentucky. I mean, really just something you can't have on your resume. I ain't saying fire damn all under. When I say offense like Jim McElwain, I ain't saying damn under pressure. He's not a good coach. It's just amazing to me that's how awesome we're driving the ball up down the field. We're not getting points. Well, there's turnovers or silly mistakes. I mean, I understand he's not done building. I mean, the system ain't in place yet. All of his offense ain't installed. So, but I think Caltech's going to help really distribute the ball better to your receivers, and clearly our wide receivers are the strength of our team. I don't know if he can cover hostile Sam dropping it on. Oh man, I love the kid. I always David Nelson type. Ain't no doubt about that. He's a David Nelson type. Let's see what this boy doing. I might catch him late. Wake his ass up. Call smart train on the truck.
Hello?
How you doing, my friend?
What's up?
Not much. I was just checking you out. You asleep?
Huh?
Are you asleep? What's wrong? What's you doing?
Yeah, man, we off air?
No, we ain't off air.
What's up?
No, we're on air. We're on air. We're live, baby. Bad time?
We are? Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. I don't catch
Yeah,
up.
man, it's been a long day. I'm actually getting some rest, and I got some work around the house I gotta do. So, yeah, man,
Well,
it's been one of the days,
I
man.
won't keep you long, man. Just hit it. Just give me your opinion real quick, and I want to interrupt you.
Yeah, man, you hear me good? I got some on my Apple Watch actually.
Yeah, it's a little echoey, but we can hear you good. Go ahead.
Different.
Go ahead.
So what's up?
I just want to get your opinion on quarterback situation moving forward. How do you feel about the offense and knowing quarterbacks like you do? How do you think it'll change, or will it change as far as trying to get more points up? Because the thing that concerns me, you got 7 points going in halftime, 2 out of 3 games. You're not going to win a lot of games moving forward like that. Do you think it gets fixed?
I mean, it's difficult. I mean, I'm not sure what quarter it was. I think it was the second. We were 8 yards per play, and I believe we were close to 13.4, 13.5 yards per throw. I mean, it's hard to do that and not score a single point. So yeah, man. While I understand, okay, yeah, we didn't score points the way we should have, and we should. We need to be scoring points. I mean, to be executing offense at that clip is still pretty impressive. The fact we didn't score points, that's plays where we're not executing in the red zone or turning over the ball or there's this and there's that. So it is what it is. But in the future, regardless of who the quarterback is, I don't think we're going to see that a whole lot. I think if we're executing at eight yards per play, then I believe we're going to be scoring with teams that are 8 yards per play. Teams like Oklahoma and Alabama, that's the type of clip that they run their plays at 8 yards per play, and look at how they score. So Kentucky's defense isn't too bad. I mean, Mark Stoops prides himself in defense and also ball control offense. Anytime you play teams like that, it makes things super difficult and on both sides of the ball. So the more and more I watch the film, I watched it again. Watched during my lunch, I watched some more plays, and it is good. So I just want to make sure you can hear me. I stepped outside, so.
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now, man.
Cool.
You sound beautiful, baby.
Awesome.
So, I mean, you say you watch the tape and it's all good. I mean, what do you mean by it was all good? Because to me, I mean, the thing that aggravates me about France is it's not so much every play. It's just like the first drive, you throw an interception and you just don't need to throw. I mean, and to me, if he finishes the game, you lose. But other than that, think about you see the beautiful post start of Van Jefferson. Then on the next play, you get sacked and you fumble. I mean, I know he got hit blindside. I know it's a tough play, but you can hold on to the ball. Maybe not every time, but I mean, it just seems like you see something. You see something beautiful, then you see it's like, man, what the hell? It's like they just can't stay, they just can't finish drives with Frank on the center. I don't know what it is, whether it's holding calls or whatever it is, they just can't finish drives.
Yeah, and there's a few plays where the offensive line just really blew it, and I forgot it. I'm not sure if it was the left side or the right side, but an entire side of the offensive line collapsed, and that's why Franks had no time to get off the ball, and that's why that throw. Because honestly, I know what you're saying. Okay, yeah. It's difficult, but he had a wide open guy. Okay, if he would have had normal blocking, like not even great blocking, but normal blocking, like if the line would have held for more than a second, okay. That's probably at least a 35-yard touch gain, if not a touchdown pass. So I would have put that one on Felipe. I mean, this isn't new information. They said this earlier I believe on the tailgate, or maybe the I'm not sure if you ever listened to the Steve show, but I try to listen to that while I'm at my desk. So they had, I believe it's Shane Matthews that had him on. So yeah, but it's hard, and you know what? Like I'm never, and I couldn't get on the tailgate today. I was pretty disappointed that every time I called it was busy signal. My window for calling was a little small because I work. I can't call until the last 30 minutes. I don't usually get out until 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I gotta call when I can. Couldn't get through, but I was gonna go on and say this. I will, and I'm not saying you're doing this. I'm not saying you're doing this. Okay. But there are people that are doing this, and what is that? I will never ever celebrate a quarterback change due to injury, ever in a million years. And I'm gonna sound like Tim Tebow when I say this, okay? Yeah, I was a backup quarterback, okay? I'm not sure if you knew this. I played quarterback for 5 years, okay? All 5 years, I was a second-string quarterback, preparing as the starter, but I never, ever started the game because we were fortunate enough to have a starter that never was out. So yeah, I understand the quarterback position because I practiced and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced, and I did play in games, but I never started a game, and I never. I wanted to play so bad, but I never, ever, 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 ever wanted my starter to get hurt. Because number one, outside of football, we were friends. Okay? Even more than that, you're family. I mean, think about it. You know, I'm not sure if you have siblings. I don't have siblings.
Yeah.
But if you do, okay, and your brother, your brother breaks his ankle, legitimately dislocates his ankle, and you're seeing your brother writhing on the ground crying after dislocating his ankle. I mean that put a grown man out.
Yeah. Well, let me say this.
Out.
Let me say this to
I
you.
would skip all the crying.
Yeah. Let me say
I pass out.
let me say this to you. I can tell it's an emotional subject for it, and it's dear to your heart. And I appreciate you bringing this up because here's where I think Gator Nation is misreading maybe someone like me. I'm not celebrating that he got hurt, but I am celebrating the change because I feel like this season you have more hope with Kyle Trask at quarterback. I hate that the quarterback change came of injury, but to me, I wanted him benched before he got hurt, and I didn't want him to get hurt to make a change, but him getting hurt, I mean look at the Drew Bledsoe to Tom Brady. I mean it's just, some things just happen for a reason, man. And I ain't saying Kyle Trask and that's Tom Brady, but again, things just happen for a reason. I have no control over anybody getting hurt. I don't have those kind of hands. But I'm not celebrating that he's hurt. But I am celebrating that we got a quarterback change because I feel like we can win more games. I feel like we can get to Atlanta. I just wasn't sure we could do that before, and that's got me a little fired up. So I don't want anybody to read me like I'm fired up. He got hurt, and I'm glad he got hurt so we made a quarterback change. To me, you was going to make a quarterback change after that game anyway because you were going to lose that damn game. And you can't lose to Kentucky if you're Dan Mullen start 0-2. And if you lose, it's definitely your damn quarterback.
Right.
I mean, you can blame Todd Grantham. The defense didn't help at all that game. I mean, that was pathetic what Todd Grantham was doing out there. I mean, we ain't playing flag football. Somebody's right. I mean, I just don't understand Todd Grantham's scheme at all.
Yeah. If you're right, okay, and we win or we lose that game, Felipe Franks plays the whole game, and we lose that game because of his ineffectivity. That's even a word, ineffectiveness. Right?
Yes, sir.
If we do not win that game, and it's because of the quarterback, and we need to make it open, we need to make a quarterback change. I understand. The big thing for me though is, you know me, Lance. I don't just sit there and watch football. I don't just sit there and watch the ball. Right? I'm analyzing every play. Okay? And in fact, when I rewatched the game, I went on ESPN, watched ESPN, and I found the Sky Cam. That's a cam where the camera's always behind the quarterback, and so you can actually see the play develop, and you can watch and follow what the quarterback does. You can see how he executes his reads, and I love that camera, and I love watching it that way. Because I get to see in some way what the quarterback sees. You know, I'm not gonna lie. One way that I really developed an understanding of football, even before I played, as a football player. When I first started like football back in middle school, the first thing I did was I started playing the video game. You know, I'll go back to 6th grade when I got Madden for my Nintendo DS. I'm not going to say any more about that. All I'm going to say is there's something unique about that video game view where you're looking behind and you can see how the play develops. And so I like watching from that angle. And the reason why I say that is I really wanted to see how Felipe Franks, I got a playing final, so sorry about that. I really want to see how Felipe executed his reads, and I thought he did pretty good. Okay, there were some boneheaded mistakes. Okay, and the two plays that were very costly to him, in more ways than one, that he made mistakes, and it breaks my heart
to see that he made these mistakes on these key plays that could have changed the entire dynamic of the game, not just for him as an athlete or him as a player, but also him personally, was number one, interception. Okay, he threw the football in the exact wrong spot, the only place in the field where there is nobody open. Okay, and then also on the play that unfortunately he got hurt. Or I understand that the play broke down, and he had a combination route to the left side of the field. Two guys running routes, and it's a situation where what we called it back when I was in high school, and I believe Dan Mullen uses the same jargon when he talks about the plays. Is you're reading the low to high defender. Okay, so that really weird. That low to high defender, right? You're reading the corner to flat defender, right?
Yeah.
And what that means is you know the corner's going to be on one guy and the flat defender is going to be on another guy. All right? That's your one-on-one. All right? You're also going to look at the safety. So you read your corner flat defender and you read your low to high. What is that high? That high is your safety. When I say low to high, you have your low route, which I believe was an outside dig or an out route, and then you had a corner or some sort of inside go. All right, both were covered very well, and I believe this was Felipe actually making a good decision on not throwing that ball, forcing that ball. He could have, and he probably would have thrown an interception. Ironically, that interception probably would have been more like a punt. Honestly, and Kentucky may not have been smart enough to not have caught the ball. But let me say this: instead of him throwing the ball away and living to see another down, he wanted to get the first down, and I give him all the credit in the world for running the ball. But for me as a quarterback, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, and he's probably still like, you know, he probably knows this and is probably down on himself, and I hate to say that or think about that, but I know I would be. He had a wide open Pierce down the middle of the field because that was a play action. Okay, there's a reason why the team, his receivers were so covered on that play. It's because Kentucky did it by the play action. There's not a single defender on Pierce. You throw the ball to Pierce. You throw a touchdown pass. He would have been more wide open than Swain was earlier in the game. In fact, Pierce could have walked, not even ran. He could have walked into the end zone if the ball would have been thrown to him. Completely different ball game. So I know it took me a long time to say that, but I completely understand where you're coming from. And the good thing about Trask is I'm going to tell you right now, Lance, Trask looked good, but he does not have the generational arm talent that Felipe does. He's not going to be able to win you games with a Hail Mary. But what he is that Felipe is not is he is decisive. Kyle Trask is decisive. He makes a decision, and it may not always be the best decision, but he makes a decision quick. And sometimes a slightly bad, quick decision is better than a good but very poor timed good decision, if that makes sense. So you could be throwing to the wide open guy, but if you throw to that guy too late, he won't be open anymore. But sometimes you can throw to the wrong guy, but if you get it to him on time, he can make a play even if he's covered. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what sense to me.
And so what we saw, and that's why you saw Kyle. He would throw the ball, and yeah, he almost threw. There was a couple times we almost threw interceptions. But because his timing was so good, it didn't allow the defender to react to the ball. And we lived another down.
Yeah, I mean, contracts don't have arm strength. There's no doubt about it. Do I worry about his arm strength moving forward? I've always worried about his arm strength. That's how I knew Felipe Franks would beat him out last year whenever I acted like it was a competition. It never was a competition. Franks had his ass. I mean, Franks, I mean, it's because of arm talent. I mean, it's pretty obvious to see right there. But again, like you say, he's got better anticipation. Again, I think he goes through more of his progressions, which allow your receivers to play harder for you. I'm not sure the receivers ran all their routes very hard because they don't have trust Franks come to the progression to get to them. Now they all love Franks. You've seen that, but it's I mean, we'll know more after Saturday if we look better with or without Franks. But to me, I just think you will. I think Gator Nation's going to be fired up again. I think you're going to see some points this weekend. And I would expect Florida beat Tennessee. We didn't talk much about Tennessee, Florida. Let's end this show right here and let's get together another night and do it right. Okay, man. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your breakdown. That's excellent stuff, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go Gators.
I think for this episode, I need a telestrator to get the film on and break down the plays. Maybe next year we'll figure out how to do that for your show.
We need figure something out. Whatever we can do to make the show better, man. I think because it always helps for people to visualize stuff. But anyway,
we need some next level graphics, man. But it's all good.
We can just download download the watermark and just put X's and O's on the screen.
As long as people can hear Lance and Jasper, we're good.
Hey, we'll just download the watermark and we'll just put X's and O's on the screen. We'll break it down like that.
Yeah.
All right, man. Go Gators.
All right, man. Go Gators. Thanks. Have a good one.
All right. Gator Nation, a little breakdown right there. A lot of controversy on the quarterback. Again, I mean, you gotta believe Florida Gators gonna look better on offense moving forward. To me, you making a quarterback change no matter what. Whether they got injured or not, you lose that damn game. Somebody better make a quarterback change. I mean, if you're not making a quarterback change, somebody gonna have to pour that man a hard cup of shut the hell up because he don't need to be talking no more. He don't need to be making decisions like that. But as faith allows, decision been made. We're moving forward. Go Gators.